Hey guys, so it's been a little while since I filmed a video. I don't know about you guys, but so far 2019 has been the craziest year of my life. It's like you think things can't get any crazier, and then life is just like, here, have some more crazy stuff while you're at it. Like, what? It just keeps going. It just keeps, I don't know. So finally filming again. We're just doing a summery, glowy, glittery look. I don't know what to call this. Nothing too crazy, but not like too simple either. I mean, I have a full glittery lid and got a lot of highlight going on. So if you want to see how I got this look, just keep watching. All right, guys, so this is my no makeup face. Let's get started. First thing I want to do is use this Pixi Milky Mist just to hydrate my skin first before we go in with makeup. I really have been loving this, and the mister is really nice on it. I just like to hold my hair back so it doesn't get all in my hair and just spray away. Let that dry. Just kind of gives your skin a little boost of hydration so it's not looking dry and crusty, because nobody wants dry, crusty skin. So I have been having a lot of breakouts, of course, again, all the time. I don't seem to figure out why or what's causing them, but I think, well, I know selling your house and not knowing where you're going and all of that fun stuff causes a lot of stress. So maybe that's it. But as you can see, I have a lot going on that I need to cover up. So, and before we actually get into the makeup, I wanted to talk about these brushes that I got that I'm going to test out. So a company sent these to me. It's called Fude Beauty, Fude, I don't know. It's Fude Beauty sent them to me, and they're very expensive brushes. So I wanted to try them out today with you guys for the first time. So the coolest one comes in this little cardboard box. It looks so cool. Like, it just slides up and then there's this brush. So fancy. So this one, it says it's a foundation brush, but I'm just like, is it? I don't know. Like, I wouldn't use this for foundation. So this guy is the Rodeo foundation brush, and it is $37. And this is also a short, these are kind of short brushes, all of them are. So like, here's like a normal brush. So they're like they're little bitty guys. So I don't know if they're supposed to be like travel size or why they're so little, but they're little. So we're gonna test this out. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for, because they also sent this one, which is a foundation brush. This is the Camo foundation brush, and this one's $34. So I think I'm going to try this one on half my face and my beauty sponge on the other half to see the difference. They also sent this one, which is shaped like a little heart. But this one is the Powder and Brush Blush by Rodeo. Powder and Blush Brush, heart-shaped series. And this one retails for $30. So it's pretty pricey. Then I also have two eyeshadow brushes, the Camo Z10, and that's just an eyeshadow brush for $29. And also this Camo Z11 blending brush, and this one's also $30. So we're going to test these out today, because I'm very curious to see if they work good, if the smaller size, if I like the smaller size, or if I prefer longer handles, if they do anything amazing that would be worth that high price, or if they're just kind of regular brushes. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. And this is the only thing I've gotten from Charlotte Tilbury. It's a very expensive brand, and I'm kind of like, is it even worth it? I don't even know. But it's kind of like the packaging and just the fact that it's like so fancy, you're just like, oh, okay. But this one is in shade 3, light medium. So what I do with this is just kind of do some on the forehead, the cheeks, and then just kind of blend that in with my hands. Just kind of give us the skin some glow before we go in with the makeup. For a primer, I'm going to go in with the Luminizer primer from Dr. Brandt. This one I've really been liking too. Just put that in. So now we'll go in with foundation, and I am going to do half with this little, oh, not that one, with this little guy, as I throw it, this little guy foundation brush, kind of like a buffing brush, and the other half I'm going to do with my Real Techniques sponge. This is my favorite, so we'll see. And I was just talking to my good friend Stephanie. Hey Stephanie, if you're watching. And she was asking about, is the sponge good? Like, I've been using a brush, should I do a sponge? I'm like, yeah, you at least need to try it. Try it, see if you like it, because I think you will. And we're going to see today the difference that it makes. Foundation I'm using, of course, Wet n Wild Photofocus. I just can't find anything else that I like better. I do want to go into Sephora and get some samples of some foundation, so let me know your guys' favorite foundation from Sephora or drugstore foundation, because I can always try those too. But I've been wanting to try new stuff, and every time I get one, I end up returning it because I don't like it, or I'll get a sample and be like, no, I hate this. So I don't know, maybe just the fact that it's $5 and it just looks so good. So I'm going to do just each side separately. So I'm going to start with the sponge because I know I like that. So now you can see that pretty much covered a lot more with the second round. So now we're gonna go in with this brush and see what it does. Okay, let's try a second layer. Don't know if you can really tell that big of a difference, but I feel like it just didn't give me enough coverage like I like. So I'm just gonna go over it with the sponge with a little bit more in the areas that I needed. It's just like once you use a beauty blender or beauty sponge, because this one's not the beauty blender, you just don't want to go back. You just love it. It's like it just changes everything. So I mean, this brush is okay, but I think I prefer a sponge just for the coverage that it gives you. It just kind of smooths everything out. Since it is damp, it gives you a little bit more moisture it just makes it so it's not dry. It doesn't, I don't know, it just looks better. This is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Wear Camo Concealer. I've really been liking it. This is medium sand. Actually, first I'm going to go in and spot conceal with the Studio Skin 24-Hour Smashbox Concealer. The reason I'm using this is just because it matches more my face skin tone, and it's not, most of my other concealers are brighter for under the eye. So this works okay. It's not my favorite. But I just go in and get all my little spots. And then I like to let that sit for a second and get a little more tacky while I do my under eye concealer. Then today I'm going to go in with the RCMA No Color Powder. No Color, Translucent, one of those. Something like that. I forget what it's called. But I don't have the container because it just comes in almost like a spice container, and I just pour it into whatever loose powder container that I have. So then for the spot concealing, I just like to go in with my finger and tap those out. And like usual, ignore my nails, ignore my orange hands. This is real life, people. It's not perfect, so. But does anyone else like suck at painting your nails? I feel like I try and I spend so long and then I'm like, what is that? Like why? Or they get smudged. So this hand has nothing. This hand I tried to do fun stuff and be creative, but then I never did a top coat and it doesn't look that great and it's all peeling and chipping. So that's why I like doing the little fake plastic ones, because they're easy, they're cheap. But you don't get to actually paint your nails when you do that, so I don't know. So now I'm going in with more of that translucent powder all over the rest of the face. And I especially do this when I have blemishes to cover. If I don't do this, I find that the foundation starts wearing off throughout the day and they're more visible. So you really want to set where you have anything that you need to keep covered throughout the day. So then I take my Morphe E55. It's this kind of flat, dense brush. And this is what I use to help do nose contour. So for making my nose look slimmer, I take some of that translucent powder and I just go stamp it right on the side of my nose. And just let that sit there for a few. And I also go just down the center. So what we're doing is just giving the appearance that the sides of your nose is slimmer, and then also the top of your nose is slimmer. Now, if you already have a very slim nose, you're not going to want to do this too much. Or maybe if your nose, the bridge of your nose is really thin and then the end gets a little bigger, like mine kind of goes rounded, then you kind of want to specify what you're doing to your own face. So that's what I do for my nose. So now I'm going to go in to some contour. I'm using the Wet n Wild contouring palette for that. I'm going to try this brush for contouring. It's kind of a more dense brush, which I like, because of course you don't have to use brushes or whatever makeup for what it's designed for. You can do whatever you want with it. So if you see a brush and you think, I wouldn't really use it for what that says, you can use it in any way you want. I feel like that side went on better than this side. This one's a little harsh. So then for the nose, I like a smaller brush. This one is from a Naked 2 palette and it's double-sided. I'm just using the more fluffy side. I'm just going to go in very gently with that contour shade. And what I do is just go on the side of where I put that translucent powder. Just like that. I'm going to take this brush, it's a Firma 102, not really sure, just a big fluffy brush. And I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier Luminous Translucent Powder. So I get some of that on the brush, and then what I'm just going to do is kind of go over the whole face and also brush off this excess powder. And that kind of helps smooth out that contour too, if you went in too harsh. And that powder just gives like a little bit of luminosity, so you're not so powdery. Now I'm going to do some blush, and I'm going to test out this little heart-shaped one. I'm going to use this Laura Gellar in Tropic Hues, and we'll see how this applies. So I'm going to try this brush. I don't know, 50F by Farrah. It's just a bigger fluffy brush. Yeah, just blended it so much better with just a big fluffy brush. I'm not really sure what the point of a heart-shaped brush is other than to be cute. So I just didn't really like how it applied. I think it might be the contour too is just too much. It's just not looking that great, at least in person. Trying to help it out and blend it, because when in doubt, blend it out. Let's move on to brows. What I like to do lately is just go in with my Benefit Gimme Brow and just kind of brush this on. And while that's setting and drying, I do some other stuff. And then I go in again with either powder or I think I've been using the Cabral by Benefit, which is like a brow pomade. So I do this first, do some other stuff, and then go back to my brows. Let's first, before I forget, go in with my Mamonde Pang Pang hair shadow that I talked about in my video of how to look, the things to do to look younger. Just fill in my hair shadow, or fill in my hairline with hair shadow so that it gives you a fuller look to your hair. Now let's do some eyeshadow. So I have this NYX Glitter Goals, and I've used it once, and it was really pretty. It's, this is the shade Industrial Beam. It's kind of a yellowy gold. I just saw it and was like, okay, I need to try that. Bam, bam, bam. Just very reflective glitter, and it's so pretty. So I think I want to use this. Not totally sure, but so let's start with, this is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill from the Vault Collection Ring the Alarm palette. So I'm going to start in here, taking a bigger fluffy brush. I'm just going to go into Rush and use that in the crease. All right, so now let's take the Chikuhodo brush that was sent to me. Let's go into Mugshot and go a little bit down, a little more. Let's go a little bit below the crease. Why was that so hard to say? A little bit below the crease. Okay. So it's just a very flimsy brush, which I could tell because the bristles are so long. If the bristles were more just kind of this, I don't think you can see. If they were a little bit shorter, it would help with how much control that you have. Just kind of flimsy. I don't think I would reach for this brush. Let me go back over with the brush I used before. Blend that out. And I know this does not look the best with my eyebrows are not done yet, so it just looks crazy till you're done. Just know that. So I'm gonna take this brush here. I've really been liking this one for doing what I'm doing right now, kind of going below the transition. This is the Elizabeth Mott blending brush, and it, like I said, it's pretty dense, but it's a little bit shorter, so it kind of is a little firmer and not so floppy, and it kind of just gets the color right where you want it and blends it out. So let's just take that and go in with Mugshot on this eye. And you can see it just works so much better to just blend the product right where we want it. I mean, it was so much easier, and you can see the shape that this is giving me. I'm able to get the shape how I want it and not just kind of it fluffing everywhere. So let me go in with some translucent powder and try to clean this side up a little, because we got a little messy. And then I'm going to go in with that Elizabeth Mott brush and see if we can get it more even. That's better. I'm going to try out the other Chikuhodo brush. Let's go into Framed. And I'm going to go over it with the Elizabeth Mott brush to blend it. Now I'm going to try a different brush. I've really been liking this one. I didn't think I was going to like it, and I was like, what is this shape? It's weird, but I actually really love it. This is the Luxie Mini Flat Angled, and it's just like a mini flat angled. It's really tiny, but it's just really flat right here, and I really like it for packing on color on that outer corner. So again, going in with framed, just adding depth. And I just kind of stamp it on with a smaller brush like this, and then I go in and blend it out with the bigger brush. I mean, that definitely went on better and was a lot easier with this brush than the little Chikuhodo? Chikuhodo? Yeah. So yeah, now, so I've used all 5 of these brushes so far, and I'm not really impressed. I think they're just way overpriced. I'm not really sure why. I mean, I think out of all of these, I might use this one for contouring like I did, and maybe cream contouring might work really well, but I think these 4, I don't think I would reach for them. I think I have a lot better options even from the drugstore. So yeah, this was not, I was kind of disappointed, but I just think, and then especially this one in this cool little box, you know, at least this one's my favorite because it came in the coolest packaging. So I'm taking from that same palette on camera this golden shimmer, just with my finger. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of framed on that little flat angled brush. Then some of Mug Shot. So then I'm going to go ahead and finish the brows. So the camera died, so I have my brows mostly done, and then I just did some black eyeliner too. And now I'm going to go in with this beautiful Glitter Goals NYX glitter shadow. For brow bone highlight, just taking a small brush and going into OFRA Rodeo Drive. Then I'm going to take a Morphe R36 to highlight my face, taking that same OFRA one. Then for nose highlight, I'm going to go in with my favorite little brush, Royal & Langnickel BX95. And I'm going to take the Pure Afterglow highlight. And just right on the tip of my nose. And then some up here. Then also taking the little pencil brush, I'm going to wet it first with some setting spray to do some inner corner highlight. Then I need to go in and clean up my liner on the top. All right, so now lip liner. Go in with Milani No. 9 Spice. Then some Tarte lipstick in Beach Babe. This is a little tiny lipstick. It's so cute. Like, here's a regular one. Like, why are tiny things just like the cutest? I don't even know. Anything tiny. I'm gonna use the Morphe setting spray. I'm gonna get my hair out of the way. And I'm just gonna go to town with it because why not? I love it. This is my favorite part of makeup. I don't know if anyone knows that. If you haven't tried a setting spray, you should. And what it does is it just kind of takes all the makeup on your face, blends it together, kind of sets it down on your face so it looks more natural. It's not powdery, it's not cakey, it's giving you more of a luminous glow. I'm gonna do the rest of my brows, which is just adding some tinted brow gel. This one is Anastasia. Just helps with making sure that my little eyebrow hairs are not powdery and also kind of helping keep them in place throughout the day. Let's do some mascara. Trying out Essence Lash Princess. This one's like $4 or $5 and it's pretty good. I think I'm done, except let's do a little bit more setting spray. I'm just going to go in with the Urban Decay All-Nighter setting spray. This is my favorite to just kind of lock in your makeup. If you have a lot of blemishes like I do, that's going to help keep your makeup in place and not let those spots kind of peek out throughout the day. So I really love that to just help prolong your makeup. Because if you spend a lot of time on your makeup, you want it to last, right? Like, you don't want to be an hour later be like, oh, everything's coming through, everything's just moving around, and I don't know, like, you don't want that. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or video requests for me to do, please comment down below and let me know. I will see you guys next time. Bye.